Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you once again, and a warm welcome to you to today's exclusive session on Vietnam and India, current and future perspectives on trade and investment, to be addressed by His Excellency Dr. Nguyen Thanh Hai, Ambassador of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to India. May I request Mr. Naresh Pachesia, President of the Chamber, to welcome Ambassador with a bouquet of flowers. We are indeed delighted to have with us His Excellency Mr. Le Quang Bien, Consul General of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in Mumbai. I would request Dr. Ng Khetan, immediate past President and Chairman of the 125th Anniversary Celebrations Committee, to welcome Mr. Le Quang Bien to today's exclusive session. May I request Mr. Pachesia, President, to welcome Mr. Tran Than Tung, Counselor, Embassy of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to India. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we are celebrating our 125th anniversary of the Chamber, and today's session is an exclusive session in celebration of the 125th anniversary.
125 years. This makes us the biggest.
May I now request President Mr. Naresh Pachesia to commence today's exclusive session with his welcome address.
Thank you. His Excellency Dr. Nguyen Thanh Hai, members of the Chamber, guests and friends. Welcome to this exclusive session on Vietnam and India, trade and investments being addressed by the Ambassador of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to India. On behalf of the members of the Chamber, I extend a heartfelt welcome to Your Excellency. We are deeply grateful to you for graciously accepting our invite and addressing our member once again. It was an honor to host Your Excellency at our special session in 2023 on West Bengal-Vietnam empowering trade relations. Your presence left a lasting impression, and it's good to have you back with us. Today, we eagerly look forward to hearing your valued perspectives on the evolving trade dynamics between our two nations, especially in the context of recent global and regional developments. We also extend a warm welcome to His Excellency Dr. Le Quang Bien, Consul General of Vietnam in Mumbai, Dr. Tran Thanh Tung, Consular Embassy of Vietnam, and Mr. Phan Thanh Tung, Chief of Bureau, Voice of Vietnam. Steeped in centuries of cultural and historical affinity, the bilateral relationship between our two countries has blossomed into a vibrant strategic partnership today. Since Your Excellency's visit in 2023, the two-way trade surged 4.5% to 15 billion USD in 2024, while Vietnam's exports to India rose 7.6% to 9.06 billion USD. India's exports to Vietnam stood at 5.8 billion USD. Vietnam specializes in mobile phones, electronics, machinery, and agricultural products. India exports iron and steel, textiles, pharmaceuticals, etc. to Vietnam. While growth in overall bilateral trade highlights the complementary nature of our two economies, India continues to have a trade deficit. Certain Indian exports, particularly in engineering and electronics, encounter challenges in Vietnamese market arising from non-tariff measures and import duties which may need to be resolved. India and Vietnam, as two rapidly growing economies in Asia, share a complementary trade basket and a robust foundation of mutual trust. With both nations focusing on supply chain diversification, digital transformation, and green growth, there is a significant potential to expand bilateral trade. Sectors like agroprocessing, pharmaceuticals, textiles, silk in particular, renewable energy, and electronics offer immense scope for enhanced cooperation. Strengthening maritime connectivity and leveraging regional trade frameworks like the India ASEAN FTA can further accelerate this momentum. In the context of investments, both countries have strengthened collaborations in emerging sectors like renewable energy, technology, and infrastructure. While India's investments in Vietnam are estimated at 2 billion USD, spanning over sectors like mineral exploration, agroprocessing, sugar, tea, coffee, consumer goods, agrochemicals, IT, and auto components. Vietnam has invested 12.69 USD million in the areas of pharmaceuticals, information technology, chemicals, and building materials. We are also forging ahead in new frontiers: semiconductors, green tech, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing. I request Your Excellency to kindly share your perspectives on soon achieving the new trade target of 20 billion USD as envisaged by both governments. Your Excellency, we feel tourism is a potential sector to boost our bilateral relationships further, particularly between Eastern India and Vietnam. Since your last visit, air connectivity has improved. Last month, Vietnam introduced a 10-year golden visa program. Your Excellency, we can learn from you about this program, particularly the regions of Vietnam being promoted, considering the proximity of your country from West Bengal and our love for exploring the world. Meanwhile, we also need to work on tourism from Vietnam to West Bengal, given the immense scope and the diversity that West Bengal has to offer. Friends, the Indo-Vietnamese partnership extends beyond trade and investments. The visit of Mr. Pham Minh Chinh, Honorable Prime Minister of Vietnam, to India in August last year led to the revised Vietnam-India Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Besides, both countries are working closely in regional and international platforms such as ASEAN and East Asia Summit for promoting a free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific. In August 2024, India committed to a USD 300 million line of credit to enhance Vietnam's maritime security, underscoring the shared vision of both economies for a secure and stable Indo-Pacific. India was instrumental in launching the Army Software Park in Nha Trang, equipping Vietnamese soldiers with advanced digital skills. Our defense cooperation continues to expand through joint exercises, training programs, and collaboration on naval exercises and missile systems. Considering the fast increasing strength of India in defense production, there is immense scope for increasing exports of defense equipment to Vietnam. These initiatives, among many others, align with the 2024-2028 Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, encompassing collaboration in sectors like customs facilitation, agricultural cooperation, legal frameworks, media exchange, and heritage conservation. We believe that in this landscape of our economic dialogue evolving rapidly, as we see deeper cooperation across multiple sectors, establishing a Vietnam desk in Kolkata would serve as a dedicated platform to foster closer economic, cultural, institutional, and business ties between Vietnam and in Eastern India. Kolkata, as a historic gateway to Southeast Asia and a major commercial hub, is uniquely positioned to catalyze deeper engagement in trade, investments, and tourism. It would be a strategic step towards transformation of the potential of our partnership into tangible outcomes. Your Excellency, based on our experience of managing the Africa desk, we wish to propose establishing a Vietnam desk at our chamber to foster business collaborations and to promote bilateral economic opportunities. It can facilitate potential investors looking at Indian and Vietnam markets with expert guidance on investment and growth strategies, finding local partners, and managing administrative requirements. We can take this initiative forward with the trade desk of the embassy after receiving your kind consent, Your Excellency. I now request Dr. N.G. Khetan, Chairman, 125th Anniversary Celebrations Committee and immediate past President, to share his observations. Thank you.
That I recall my first visit to Japan in the year 1970, and on that particular visit, my first halt was Bangkok for a day, and that was my first overseas trip. And I could see the American soldiers all over Bangkok. I was really amazed to see so many American soldiers in Thailand. And I just inquired why so many soldiers are there in Thailand. This is because of the war which is going on in Vietnam. And the situation there is very tense and very grave, and under very tiring circumstances. They are living there. So for a change, they come over to Thailand. Those days, as you know, we never had television, we never had internet. So we were not aware of what was going on in real in Vietnam, except that what we used to read on our newspapers. But then I made my first visit to Vietnam just prior to COVID in 2000. And I had an opportunity to visit your war museums. That gave me the idea as to what the country went through between 1955 to 1975. I was so amazed by the development which I saw in Vietnam that I wanted to know more about it as to what you did facing the war for 20 long years against the most mightiest power in the world and emerging as one of the strongest economies, emerging economy. And the data which came to my knowledge that immediately after the war, there was a trade sanction by USA because the war ended in 1975 and there was a trade sanction for 20 continuous years from 1975 till 1994. And what miracle did your country do to emerge as the fastest growing economy today in the world and to be the 10th largest economy in the world by 2050, 10th largest economy of the world in 2000. Way back in 1984, your GDP, which I studied at that time, was merely $18.1 billion. $18.1 billion. And your per capita income was in the range of 200 to 300 US dollars. In 2024, sir, your per capita income is over 5,000 US dollars. Your export alone, I have that figure, I think it is over $400 billion. Over $400 billion. And your import is over $300 billion. That's the shape of your economy. I mean, there cannot be a better way and there cannot be more reason for India and particularly West Bengal to collaborate with you. I don't know whether you had a chance to go through only Calcutta or go through just have a go outside Calcutta. You will find the topography and the landscape of West Bengal similar to that of Vietnam. Absolutely similar to that of Vietnam. the fertile land which you will have the similar fertile land all over the West Bengal. Since you all have the rainy days in Vietnam, we also have most of the rainy days here. You are a lover of rice, you are a lover of fish. We are also, West Bengal is a lover of rice and lover of fish. I mean, if you really look at the landscape, if you really look at our food habits, if you really look at our culture, I mean, there is a lot of similarity for us to do business. I mean, look at your country. You entered into a tariff agreement with USA, and you are the third country in the world to have a tariff agreement with the USA. Third country in the world only. And let me tell you a very interesting thing, whether you have noted it or not.
I think the second.
Second country. So I'm wrong. It's the second country that they import from America to Vietnam at a 0% tariff. Whereas an export from Vietnam to USA is at 20% tariff. Now you may ask me this question that it's a losing proposition for them. It's not. Because of their total export, more than 20%, I'm told 22 or 23% of the total export. The largest exporting country is China and the second is America. And over 20% of their export goes to United States of America. So they're not a loser in any way. That's what I'm trying to say, the thought process, the thinking. Yet, yes, we will allow America to come and send their goods because they were hardly importing anything from America. They are practically nil import from America. So their mindset is proactive, pro-business, and they are very transformative. And sir, I appeal to you, sincerely appeal to you, that if you start working with West Bengal, if you start having dialogues with the businessmen of West Bengal, if you allow and promote some trade delegation to come to Vietnam, and including the trade delegation, some of the trade delegation involved in different part of the projects, maybe agriculture product, maybe food processing, maybe chemical, maybe all kind of areas where you are very good, electronics. If those delegations comes to West Bengal, few trade delegations come to West Bengal, and similarly few trade delegation goes to Vietnam, I think there would be an ample opportunity for us to develop our trade and commerce. I think, sir, as far as the people of India is concerned, they are the great admirer of Vietnamese people. You are a young country. When I visited Vietnam, I could hardly see any. They don't know what happened in the war. I mean, they are a young country, a very vibrant people. You can see scooters all around. I mean, they hardly have any public transport, probably. I don't know whether you have. I didn't see much of public transport. Everybody either has a car or a scooter. One of the most young people. They enjoy their life. They work hard. Sir, I think we foster our relationship. And how do we foster our relationship? This kind of meeting only helps us in fostering our relationship. As far as the West Bengal is concerned, we will give you a literature as to which are the fields where the West Bengal is really pioneer, which are the areas where we can collaborate together. I would also request you to visit Sector 5. Just don't visit the main city of Calcutta. Please visit Sector 5 and see the amount of development the state has done on the IT sector. Because just coming to Calcutta and going within the city of Calcutta will not give you the feel of Calcutta. Like in Hanoi, you have the old quarters. So visit the old quarters of Calcutta. You will find the similarity what the old quarter of Hanoi and old quarter of Calcutta is. That narrow lanes with very vibrant economy and people enjoying themselves in the narrow lanes, shops all over the narrow lanes in Hanoi. Sir, I will only urge you what my president was saying, to start with a Vietnam desk in our Chamber of Commerce. And I can only assure you that that will help the people of West Bengal to collaborate with you very actively in different spheres. We have an African desk, and you know, the Africa itself is not a country, it's a continent. And if we can handle Africa desk, I see no reason why we'll not be able to handle Vietnam desk. We will depute a specific individual for this particular desk. On a regular basis, I can assure you, we will collaborate and cooperate with you as far as doing business with West Bengal is concerned. Sir, people over here, we are already late today. People over here are waiting to hear you. And let me again thank you very much, sir, for choosing Bharat Chamber of Commerce for your second visit during your visit to West Bengal. And I would like to thank your entire team who are here this afternoon. And thank you very much, sir, for being here with us. With those words, I go back to my president. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks. Thank you, Dr. Khetan. Always interesting perspectives you bring to the table. I would now request His Excellency Mr. Lee Quang Bien, Consul General of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in Mumbai, to make his observations. It takes it's none.
The Honorable Mr. Naresh Pachisia, President of Bharat Chamber of Commerce, Honorable Dr. N.G. Khaitan, Chairman of 125th Anniversary Celebration Committee and immediate past President, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed members of Chamber, and very good afternoon. Namaskar. And first of all, it is my pleasure and great honor to be here today at the Bharat Chamber of Commerce, a centuries-old organization that have played a pivotal role at the forefront of India's industrial and commercial development. And we highly appreciate the efforts of the Bharat Chambers for organizing this meaningful event to facilitate the information sharing and networking and interaction between us and the esteemed members of the Chamber. So I would like to thank Mr. President and Chairman for giving the very general introduction about the economic and trade relation between our two countries, and also very kind words and information about Vietnam. So today, exclusive section on the Vietnam in India, current and future perspective on trade and investment, is a timely opportunity for us to reflect on what we have achieved, and more importantly, to envision what we can build together in the years to come. And I think this event and topic is very much result-oriented and forward-looking, and also particularly highly relevant in the today's global turbulence landscape. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, may you agree with me that we are now living in a time of great uncertainties. Around the world, geopolitical tensions and civil unrest are on the rise. At the same time, trade policies, particularly tariffs and protectionist measures, are evolving rapidly. forcing countries and companies to adapt quickly, but also with utmost caution. So the global trend is now clear for businesses looking to explore the international trade and investment opportunities. It is necessary to take into account not only economic considerations, but also political, social, and environmental factors. In other words, the current and future perspective on trade and investment cooperation between countries is no longer merely about extending trade routes, expanding market access, or finding new customers, but it is also about a journey of building trust, strengthening the sustainable and resilient supply chain, and forging the long-term strategic alignment. So in this context, developing economic cooperation with countries with high level of political trust, stable socio-political condition, and economic openness is becoming increasingly important and even strategic priorities for global enterprises. So in light of this, we are here today with a simple message. Vietnam is an ideal partner and destination for Indian businesses to enhance the trade and investment cooperation effectively and confidently, because we offer more than just opportunities. We offer global connectivity, local stability, and potential complementarities. So I would like to highlight 5 key reasons why. First and foremost, India and Vietnam have enjoyed an excellent comprehensive strategic partnership. This relationship is grounded in mutual trust, shared values, and long-standing tradition of our friendship that dates back centuries. And Vietnam is also regarded as a key partner of India's Act East policies, underscoring the strategic importance of our two countries in which economic cooperation is an important pillar. So the political trust between our two countries is now stronger than ever, creating solid, trustworthy, and favorable conditions for Indian businesses to cooperate and operate in Vietnam with confidence and long-term assurance. And this is very important. Second, Vietnam has become one of the most open economies in the world, thanks to our active participation in 17 free trade agreements covering more than 60 economies worldwide, including many major economies like EU, UK, Japan, Korea, CPTPP, RCEP, and so on. And these FTAs combined with our strategic location linking Southeast Asia with a broader Indo-Pacific region has positioned Vietnam as a vital hub in the region for advancing global economic integration and becoming a critical link to global supply chain. So in this regard, partnering with Vietnam, Indian businesses will have opportunities to gain greater access to a wider range of international markets, as well as deeper participation in global supply chains and production network. Third, Vietnam has emerged as one of the fastest growing and the most dynamic economies in Asia. Despite the global headwinds, our average growth rate remains over 6% percent in recent years, and last year's alone was 7.2%, and the target for this year is 8%. And as Chairman President had also already mentioned, Mr. Khai Tan already mentioned, our GDP per capita is now almost 5,000. Exactly, last year exactly 4,700 US dollar. And Vietnam also ranked top 20 globally in terms of trade and FDI attraction. In addition, Vietnam is also recognized as a thriving manufacturing hub in Southeast Asia, driven by a combination of factors, including skilled workforce, competitive labor cost, government incentives, and developed infrastructures. So in these favorable conditions offers significant opportunities for Indian businesses to tap into Vietnam vibrant markets by way of export and import, and through making long-term investment across various sectors that align with India's economic needs. Fourth, Vietnam boasts a stable socio-political condition, along with transparent and business-friendly environment, and a continuously developing business ecosystem. These are very crucial conditions, making many global giants like Apple, Samsung, Intel, Nike, Adidas, and most recently NVIDIA and Trump Organization have chosen Vietnam as a safe and high lucrative destination to establish their operation for their multi-billion US dollar projects. So this demonstrates that the long-term confidence of the global investors and enterprises in Vietnam economic strong growth, as well as its sustainability in the regional and global supply chain. And fifth, as President Naresh Patricia just mentioned, our connectivity. The connectivity between India and Vietnam has never been stronger and more convenient than it is now. And currently, there are 78 direct flights per week connecting Vietnam with many major cities across India, and including your beautiful city, Kolkata. This expanded air connectivity reflects the growing interest between our two countries, especially in terms of trade and investment and tourism. And thanks to the convenient air connectivities, Vietnam has become one of the most popular and favorite destinations for not only Indian tourists, but also Indian business people. Last year, we received more than 5 lakhs Indian people visiting Vietnam. And currently, there are about 400 Indian companies, big and small, operating in Vietnam. And this number keep growing. So given these five important advantages, we believe that the trade and investment cooperation between our two countries is not only desirable, but also a strategic necessity, especially in the current global context. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your interesting observations, particularly highlighting the various aspects of the Vietnamese economy and the opportunities that exist between to enhance business between the two countries. And now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite His Excellency Mr. Nguyen Thanh Hai, Ambassador of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to India, to address us. Your Excellency.
The President Naresh Pachista and the immediate past President Dr. N.J. Khanh Tan, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here with us, and thank you for kind words about Vietnam. And in fact, you have helped my job easier. All the necessary information about the bilateral trade investment relations you have mentioned. And the development of Vietnam, you also have articulated very meaningfully. And so I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Bharat Chamber of Commerce for hosting this event. I also especially thank to the Vietnam Solidarity Committee for their kind arrangement and support for our delegation, especially the visit to this beautiful city. It is a profound honor and a distinct pleasure for me to be here in this city, Kolkata, a city with so much connection and sentiments towards Vietnam. This is the very city that our President Ho Chi Minh visited 3 times. The first time in 1910s, the second time was in 1946 when he stopped in Kolkata before heading toward Paris. And the third time in 1958 when he made an official historic visit to India, and he did visit Kolkata. This is also a very city that many prominent figures of Vietnam has visited. In 1989, the Kolkata hosted a great general of Vietnam, Võ Nguyên Giáp, whose name has been attached to the victory of Vietnam in the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, ending the French colonial rule. And also Madame Nguyễn Thị Bình, the former Vice President of Vietnam, has visited Kolkata in 2008. So the support of people of West Bengal and the demonstrations in Kolkata with the people chanting Tomanam, Amanam, Vietnam, Vietnam. A profound expression of solidarity with Vietnam in our struggle for national independence. It will always be in our heart. With such strong sentiments, I am honored to speak to you today on the topic Vietnam, India, the current and future perspective on trade and investment. Let me also broaden perspective to talk about the current state of relationship between Vietnam and India in general and Kolkata in particular, and the prospects of this relationship. As you might know, the bonds between Vietnam and India trace back more than 2,000 years. Hinduism and Buddhism found their way to Vietnam and have flourished in our country. And the strong ties between Vietnam and India has been built over time by our great leaders and peoples. Our partnership is characterized by mutual trust, understanding, and a shared vision for peace, stability, and prosperity in this region and beyond. India is among the first few countries that Vietnam set up a strategic partnership. It is also one of the first country that we elevate that partnership to a comprehensive strategic level in 2016 when the Prime Minister Modi visited Vietnam. Because in this relationship, trade is an important pillar in our partnership, with bilateral trade reaching 15 billion US dollar. Well, that is the significant increase in trade volume. But if you look at the total export-import volume of each of our country, it is just a small proportion, only 2%. So there's a lot of potential for us, and we need to find a way to promote further our trade relationship. Now, with regard to the investment, the total investment of Vietnam, you have said 2 billion US dollar, and our investment here in India increasing gradually. And this is a significant trend development in our bilateral relationship. We have got companies like in areas of electric vehicles, manufacturing, petrochemical, and in electric and other areas who show interest in doing business in India. And not just showing interest, they did set up their business in India. And one of the most prominent example is the company VinFast, with the investment of 500 million US dollar in the first phase. So they set up their manufacturing plant in Tamil Nadu on the electric vehicles, and their products will be launched in the coming months. So this plan with the total committed investment of 2 billion US dollar. So this is a very different picture that we have in comparison to the past. And myself and my colleagues have received many delegations of business from Vietnam to come to India to explore business opportunity here. Now you won't talk about the air connectivities and tourism. So one of the factor that is the game changer is the air connectivity. With such a huge number of direct flights that we have between our different cities, including here in Kolkata. So from Kolkata, we have everyday flight to Vietnam. That is so important. That boosts the tourism, but not just all. With the people-to-people exchange, seeing is believing. Trade and investment will follow. I think that is natural. And not just air connectivity and tourism. One of the strong advantages of Kolkata is the direct shipping route that we have from Kolkata to Chu Lai Port in Vietnam and Hai Phong Port in the north of Vietnam. And it's just not just the air, the shipping, the maritime connectivity itself. It also opened a huge avenues for trade and economic cooperation between India and Vietnam, especially West Bengal and Kolkata with Vietnam. So with all of that has been said, what is the potential for trade and investment between Vietnam and India, and especially West Bengal and India? There are few important reasons we are so optimistic on the potential, and we have reasons for that optimism. Number one is the traditional friendship between our two countries. Our strategic interests are converged. Like our former Prime Minister said, the relationship between Vietnam and India is like a clear sky without any clouds. So the level of trust is very high, and that is a very conducive environment for us to promote further trade and investment. And the political, defense and security cooperation has the huge impact on the overall relationship between our two countries. Our leaders met very frequently, and the bilateral visit are held frequently. Last year, our Prime Minister visited India, and just yesterday, Prime Minister Modi and our Prime Minister just met in Brazil on the sideline of the BRICS Summit in Brazil. So those meetings and interaction between our two leaders provide guidelines for our overall bilateral relationship, including trade and investment. So that's number one. Number two is the rise of India and Vietnam. India has been a fourth largest economy in the world, and on its way to become Visit Bharat in 2047. Vietnam also on our way to become a developed country by 2045, and our two countries are working very hard, put a lot of efforts to realize our goals. For the part of Vietnam, we think that if we continue with the current development and current level of growth, it is not enough for us to get there. So we need to put more efforts, and that's why you might have seen a lot of efforts that we have put into this. We have put technology as one of the most important driver of growth, and there's a lot of resources has been put for development of technology in Vietnam, and we have a resolution of the Politburo 57 that specifically identify this. So technology will be the focus. We also have the trade network, and we keep expanding this trade network. Right now, we have 17 free trade agreements with most of the region of the world, with ASEAN, with we have CPTPP with the European Union, with Central Europe, Asia-Europe region, you name it. And the most recent one is that we have reached the agreement with the US on that is the trade deal you just mentioned. So this is so important because this is enable us to expand our space for our growth. And we also work on the institutional reform to make our government more efficient, more lean, more slim, but more effective, more efficient. That's why you might have heard that at the beginning of this year, we reduced the number of the ministries from 19 ministries to 14 ministries, and we finished on the merger in 3 months. And so the idea is that reduce the focal points. We also reduce the level of our government structure. Now we only have 3-tier government: the central government, the provincial government, and the government at the commune levels. And we stop the operation of the government at the district level. The idea is that also reducing the focal points and the government at the commune level will be the one who deal directly on the needs and demands from the people. So we reduce the number of the provinces from 63 provinces to 34 provinces. And we finished that starting from the 1st of July. Now we're operating in 34 provinces. So you've seen the huge efforts that we have put into this institutional reform to make the government leaner, slimmer, more effective, more efficient, and to be equipped with the need of development in this time round. And this so with the new institution and new provinces, each and every provinces will have more space for growth and have more space for development. So that is the idea behind all of the efforts that we have been putting into. Now, just coming back a little bit, you talk about why that Vietnam have the trade agreement with the U.S. If we recall our efforts in the past, every time we join the free trade agreement, there has been a huge challenge, but we finally emerged and we have finally overcome those challenges, and we take the advantage of those agreements for the benefit of our people, for our businesses. When we join WTO, when we sign CPTPP, when we sign free trade agreement with European Union, there's a lot of concerns and worries among the people and the business that foreign companies will come to Vietnam and we will lose right in our own yard. But you've seen all the effort that we've been made, and that is how we strive and we develop as Vietnam nowadays. And with these efforts, this year marked the 50th anniversary of the national reunification and 80th anniversary of the national independence. So we think that with all the economic progress, we need to transfer the progress to the welfare of the people who have been fighting hard for the national independence, for the development of Vietnam. They have the right to benefit more. So that is why with the fruit of progress, we decide that from this year on, we will give free school to the children from the grade 1 to grade 12, free school. Yeah, we also give free school for the nursery school for the children of the difficult families, and we're also discussing about the free hospital. So this is on in the pipeline. Yeah. So not only we focus on the economic growth, but we also focus on the welfare of the people to making sure that this development will have the impact on the overall welfare of the people. So I think this is something that Vietnam and the state of West Bengal has very much in common, to care about the people. So that is why I think with the rise of Vietnam and the rise of India, there's a great potential for us to grow together, to achieve our goal together. And of course, West Bengal is a very bright spot in this picture. Why? Because West Bengal have strategic location. It has already have connectivity with Vietnam, both air connectivity and maritime connectivity, and people are so knowing each other very well, and you have mentioned that many people from West Bengal and especially Kolkata has been visiting Vietnam, and so more wind comes, and that is the very conducive environment for trade and investment between West Bengal and Vietnam blossom. So I think some of the recommendations you have made on trade, I think we need to do more on promotion. I think you have talked about putting a Vietnam desk at the chamber. We support this. I think how it works, what the models, how the African desk has been operated. Please share with us so that I will ask the trade office in our embassy to work with you to realize this idea. And also we need to do more trade delegation. I'm not sure if over the past 2 years you have been visiting Vietnam and you already have an MOU with the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So I encourage you to come to Vietnam, and on our part, we also encourage them to come to Kolkata to visit West Bengal. And when there is a chance, like a big promotion event in West Bengal, we will send big delegation to come, like we have sent big delegation to different places in India, in Uttar Pradesh, in Kerala and Gujarat. So I will discuss with the government of West Bengal for such an opportunity, so that we will be able to bring big delegation coming to West Bengal. Now, technology is the areas of focus. We would like to work with West Bengal in this area: startup, innovation, information technology. You have suggested to visit Certified, right? We will do that, and there should be some kind of West Bengal Vietnam Innovation Forum should be set up, and I'm not sure if the chamber would be initiating this and draft a kind of a paper on this. We will work with you to realize this. So West Bengal and Vietnam Innovation Forum. In fact, the National Association of Innovation of Vietnam has been very interested in working with India, since IT and AI and innovation has been a strong advantage of India, and especially in West Bengal. The investment, I think, like I said earlier, more and more people, business people from Vietnam, interested in investing and in India. So we will suggest them to come to West Bengal, but I also encourage you to come to Vietnam. And tourism, I think this will continue to rise. But other than that, maybe I will discuss with the government how to find a way to set up sister cities between Kolkata and the cities in Vietnam. So that will promote further tourism, cultural exchange, and in various areas of cooperation possible between Kolkata and cities of Vietnam. So with that, I will stop here, and I thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to interaction with you and your members. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. This was a very, very wonderful presentation made by you, quite encouraging also, and thank you for accepting our idea about the Vietnam desk. I'm sure by the day ends today, you will have much better clarity on what we have in mind, what could be the objectives, and we can discuss this before you leave the city and take this forward with your concerned officials. And yeah, this is wonderful to have this idea. It's your brainchild. Sister cities. I think this should be fantastic. Kolkata and one of the prominent cities of Vietnam, maybe Ho Chi Minh City itself, and whatever.
Haiphong,
Yeah, yeah.
because we have a
Yeah.
direct shipping route
Yes.
between Kolkata and Haiphong.
Yeah, yes, of course. So that could be one. So let's work on this. So this is wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, can we now open for an interactive session? Would request everybody to please ask questions rather than making any statements, and be brief so that the ambassador or his colleagues get better opportunity to address your questions. Thank you. Yes, please. Can you introduce yourself and then start?
Yeah, I'm Soumitra Mukherjee from Amico Overseas, and we are headquartered in Kolkata. With the two delegates we have arrived here. So thank you very much for this enlightening speech from the president, from the chairman, and from the ambassador and from the consul. So we have seen we are working into the industrial air pollution control systems. So we are providing the complete solution for industrial air pollution control system. We have seen that in the website that you have came out with a very stringent emission norms applicable from 1st of July. And we have the copy of that one. So we want to be a part of this initiative to provide solution to your industries, particularly in the field of power plants and steel plants. We have seen that there are several coal-fired plants in your country. So we want an avenue means whom to approach, how to approach, and so if we are looking for your support in this regard.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Just to add the thing, I would like to hand over this circular, which is published by the National Technical Regulation Authority of Vietnam. Yeah, it may kindly be passed on to them.
You give it to the secretariat, they will hand.
Okay.
Mhm.
And the thing is that we are all across India and even overseas, we are working for our plants, and we have proven technologies for that. We have given services to different other southeastern countries. So, and we are also working with the National Research Institute of Mechanical Engineering with the Vietnam. So we are regularly working there. It is not that with the first time we are talking about it. We are already doing, and by the next month, probably we will be sending our delegation to them for a combined, MOU to be signed between India and Vietnam. But I do not know how, embassy or this thing can help us, but we like to, because we are doing this for a bilateral thing, would like to give it into your knowledge so that in case you think that we may not approach to other industries, we solicit your help in, giving our name to the industry. So if they do not know, but they can approach us, because it is a point of, recovering the natural resources. It is both helpful for us as well as for the Vietnam. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Some question from this side, please. Yes, Mr. Dasani.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Your Excellency, for such enlightening message. Amitabh Dasani, currently the incoming president of Calcutta Machinery Dealers Association. And I am into manufacturing of healthcare and medical devices, perhaps the only kind of factory in West Bengal we are making home healthcare device. Sir, I hear that in Vietnam, after China, there are a number of factories who have expanded making products in this field of home healthcare and medical device. And it's a very growing segment. So we have a lot of partnership now going with China. I would request you to, if you can give us opportunity to explore with Vietnam, because of the trade barriers we are facing from China. We would like to explore this opportunity to build up our facilities and partner for healthcare and medical devices. Kindly consider. Thank you.
Yes, please.
So, Smita Ghosh, I'm representing Bankim Prasad Ghosh Seeds. It is one of the oldest seed company in India. So we have been exporting seeds from Calcutta to Vietnam. So basically, as regards to import of seeds, basically, as when it comes to breeding goats, Calcutta and Vietnam are very similar climate. So basically, whatever does well in Vietnam does well in Calcutta. So as of now, we have been importing and breeding some activities in Thailand, but some of the cost is higher on higher side. So we'll have to have a collaboration with Vietnam in terms of producing goats from Vietnam and importing to India.
Thank you. Any other question? Yes, please.
I wonder whether you have also some scheme to be included in terms of this trade and investment. For example, heritage management, cultural resource management, so that in both the countries, there are enough scopes to develop these technologies. And I believe that could be one area of our mutual cultural management, heritage management, etc.
Thank you. One more question before the ambassador starts. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Rajiv Sishir Nagar from Shakti Oils and Fats. I have been in oils and fats industry for last 20 years, but of late, last 2 years, we are focusing into EV two-wheeler manufacturing. Vietnam positioning itself as a manufacturing hub and India pursuing the strategy. The key sector where what my question is Vietnam currently seeking Indian investment in EV sector, and what incentives or ease of doing business reforms has the Vietnamese government introduced recently to attract such investments? Thank you.
Thank you. Would request Your Excellency to maybe respond to these 5 queries.
So thanks for your questions, and I think that means that the business cooperation between West Bengal and India has been going on, and I'm very pleased to see this. The interest is from both sides in areas of industrial manufacturing evolution, in areas of healthcare and medical devices, and electric vehicles manufacturing, and even heritage and cultural management. So there's a lot of areas of cooperation is there. So the first question with regard to the industrial air pollution and the circulars is there, and as you know, Vietnam, we are committed to the goal of zero emission in 2050. That means that the energy transition has been implemented now, and we gradually move to a more green and more efficient energy mode, and that is that we need the technology that you have. I'm sure that our industry has been working with various partners of many different countries, but of course, India can have advantage. Number one, it has a similar level of experience. And number two is the advantage of cost compared to other partners. And number three is the affinity that our people have toward each other. So I encourage you to work more with Vietnamese partners, and at the end of this session, you will have our contacts. If there is anything, please let us know. We'll support you. For healthcare and medical devices, I think this is the area of great interest of Vietnam, the area of that we attract foreign investment. You know, is now we attract investment, not it doesn't like before. Before we attract whatever kind of investment, but now we are more selective, more leaning towards a green and high-tech investment. So certainly, the healthcare and medical devices is the area of that we encourage investment. So as you know, we have many industrial parks across Vietnam. I don't have the number, but it's 200 plus industrial parks in Vietnam. So you come to us and identify the details of the project, so we will be able to consult you which cities, which provinces are more suitable to your project, whether it can put in industrial park or in economic zone. What are the benefits of putting your business in those park or zones? What are the tax incentives and etc.? What are the transportation and connectivity from those particular area to other part of Vietnam and to the region? We will consult with you more. But surely, the procedure for foreign direct investment is very easy and very convenient. As you know, Vietnamese government is very pro-business, and this is with all the administrative reform and reforming procedure. This is one of the factors that foreign investors are they like working with us. So please rest assured that on your request on working with Vietnam to import seeds and working Vietnam to grow in Vietnam and import back to India. Many Indian business has been doing that kind of business. They work with Vietnamese counterpart. We provide lands and you provide expertise, especially in spices. So after production, they extract the spices to put it in a liquid form and export back to India. So if you have more specific requirement on that, our embassy is happy to assist. In our embassy, we set up a economic diplomacy team. So we deal with those requirements with regard to investments and trade. So number 4, with heritage management and cultural management. Of course, we have, you know, in Vietnam, we have dozens of places with UNESCO recognized site. So with the UNESCO recognized sites, we will have to do a proper management and maintenance and make sure that we are able to reserve and maintain those sites. And at the same time, we put those sites for take advantage of that for economic development and for the welfare of the people. At the same time, keeping the proper maintenance of the site. And we have been working that very closely with India. In fact, India has been supporting Vietnam in maintenance and reservations of the Cham Tower in Quảng Nam province of Vietnam. And we working closely with India in UNESCO in Paris, supporting each other in our proposal for the UNESCO to recognize our site. And we even go beyond that, working with India to propose a joint project, joint heritage, that we can work together, because the connectivity and connection between Vietnam and India is so deep. So that is one. On the EV, yes, of course, why we invest in electric vehicle manufacturing here in India. We also attract foreign companies to set up their business in Vietnam, and India company is doing, they are doing very well in automobile part manufacturing. In fact, they manufacturing the part of automobile, and they export to different part of Southeast Asia, to Thailand, to Indonesia, and even back to India. So investing in Vietnam, you can take advantage of the trade network that we have with many major economies in the region and of the world. So I think after this, you will have our contacts. So keep this contacts alive, and we will support you in every way we can. So thank you very much.
Have all the 5 queries been responded adequately? Thank you. So it's very encouraging, actually, and would request all of you to be engaged with the Chamber Secretariat for all your future queries. And as we are able to give a shape and structure to the Vietnam desk, we'll take things more actively. And also, based on your feedback and enthusiasm of your and your peer group in your respective industries, perhaps we can also contemplate business delegation from Kolkata to Vietnam, or vice versa, depending on the requirement for it. Okay. So with these words, now may I request the Secretariat? Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir.
Rani.
We have almost come towards the end of today's exclusive session. And before we move on to the vote of thanks, we wish to present a memento as a token of our appreciation to our guest in chief, His Excellency Dr. Nguyen Thanh Hai, the Ambassador of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to India. And on behalf of the Chamber, may I request our President, Mr. Pachesia, to kindly present this memento to Dr. Thanh Hai. The Embassy of Vietnam is also presenting a memento to Bharat Chamber of Commerce. It's indeed a moment of great delight for receiving this honor, sir. May I now request Mr. Pachesia to present a memento to His Excellency Mr. Lê Quang Bien, the Consul General of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in Mumbai. Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Pachesia to present a memento to Mr. Tran Thanh Tung, Consular, Embassy of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to India. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have with us Mr. Phan Thanh Tung, the Bureau of Chief Voice of Vietnam Office in India. I would request Mr. Pachesia to also present a memento to Mr. Tung. Sir, could you please come up and receive this honor? Oh. Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Vikram Tatia, the chairman of the Global Trade Subcommittee of the Chamber, to propose the vote of thanks and conclude today's exclusive session.
Good afternoon, everyone. At the end of this exclusive session on India and Vietnam, current and future perspectives on trade and investment, it is my most pleasant duty to propose a very hearty vote of thanks to His Excellency Dr. Thanh Hai, Ambassador of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to India. Thank you, Your Excellency, for sparing some of your valuable time to address the members of our chamber today. Your Excellency, you mentioned that we have about a 15 billion trade currently between us. And thanks to ChatGPT, I came to know that 9 billion is what Vietnam is currently exporting to India and about 6 billion from India to Vietnam. Now, I understand that the major trade of these things happened in the electronics, in iron and steel, and of course, there is machinery and pharmaceuticals. On a personal note, I'm associated in the textile industry, and you have a huge garment sector there. So there is a great opportunity for the textile producers from India to, develop trade with Vietnam on this sector too. Sir, on the behalf as a chairman of the Global Trade Subcommittee, way back in 2007, our chamber had carried a delegation to Vietnam, which was followed by, there were delegations that came from Vietnam to our chamber. That we went in 2007, and I think it's about like we're talking 18 years back. And then I understand from the Secretariat that delegations from Vietnam came to us in India. So it would be a great honor if we can now either take a delegation to Vietnam to, understand trade and develop relations there. So I wish to also thank His Excellency Mr. Le Quang Binh, Consul General of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in Mumbai, for his observations and his presence this morning. My thanks are also due to Mr. Tran Thang Tung, Consular, Embassy of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam to India, and Mr. Thanh Tung, Chief of Bureau, Voice of Vietnam Office in India, for your presence this morning. I owe my thanks to the representatives of the Deputy High Commission of Bangladesh in Kolkata. I wish to acknowledge the support received from Ms. Kusum Jain, President, Indo-Vietnam Solidarity Committee in absentia, in organizing this program today. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Prem Kapoor, Vice President, Indo-Vietnam Solidarity Committee, for his presence this morning. I must thank members of the committee, members of the chamber, and guests for making it convenient to attend today's seminar. With these words, I would request all of you to join me in carrying a hearty vote of thanks to our guest-in-chief, His Excellency Dr. Thanh Hai, Ambassador of Vietnam to India, with appreciation, acclamation. Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we conclude today's exclusive session. May I request everyone to join lunch. Thank you. May I request the dignitaries to please come up for a photo? Just the photos.